Welcome back to another board game tier list, everybody. This time we are doing the Atlantis Rising components. So at the beginning of the game, based on the difficulty you're playing on, there will be 9 different components here, some of which are easier to obtain and some of which are harder to obtain, and then they each have different either one-time effects or lasting effects that they will give to you. And then once you build each of these, there is a power core in the middle, which is essentially enabling the power core will be the last step in escaping. So if you're playing a 4 or less player game, 2 people or 2 Atlanteans can go here per turn and help build one of these, theoretically. And if you are playing a 5-player game, there'd be 3 spots for it. So just a super simple overview of how you would do this. One of my meeples, or whatever you call them, Atlanteans would go here, and you would, once you would resolve the action, you would place, or you would have to pay the cost that's at the top. In this case, it's 2 crystals. And then you would get this one-time effect. There are also ones that aren't one-time effects. Let's just go with this one. So you would get this right here. And then once it was flipped, you would be able to, instead of putting people here to build the components, you'd be able to put someone here to be able to use whatever the ability is. So, without further ado, let's get going. I just wanted to give a brief overview just in case it's helpful. So there are, depending on the difficulty you play on, you will use A, B, C, or D components. You'll use some assortment of different ones. But we're going to make one tier list for all of them together. So S is going to be the most helpful and easiest to get. F is going to be the least helpful and hardest to get. So here we go. Okay, so maybe we'll put them, so they're each double-sided. This is the side that hasn't been completed. Or this is the side when it hasn't been built, essentially. And then this is the side when it has been built. So we'll put it on this side for now. So this one costs you 2 crystals, and you place 1 mystic barrier. My memory is that the crystals are by far the hardest to get, and mystic barriers aren't super helpful. They are helpful. They're not game-changing in general. I think this one's just the run-of-the-mill B tier. It's not very expensive. It doesn't do anything too great for you, but you have to build all of these, so having one that's significantly less expensive like this is helpful. Oh, sorry, that was called the Solar Matrix. This one is the Auger Turbine. This one costs 1 crystal and then 2 Atlantium, I believe is the term for that. Yeah, and so this one you would draw 3 misfortunes, draw any number, then return the rest to the top of the deck. I really don't love that as a one-time effect. I guess it's not too expensive, so it's hard to put it in C. I think this one's probably going to go in B as well. It's just a slight effect that doesn't do much for you, but Pressure Keel. This one costs 1 crystal and 1 gold. Shuffle all calm seas back in the misfortune deck. Now this ability is actually very helpful, especially if you wait to use that at an opportune moment till 3 or 4 or maybe more have gone through. That can get you a whole lot of value. So this one's very good. Actually, I think you know what? We'll just leave that day because it doesn't win you the game, but it's helpful. This one is Cognitive Transfer. Draw 3 library cards and distribute them among the counselors, aka players. These are all one-time effects. They have nothing on the other side, but yeah, this one's solid. It doesn't take it takes a variety of resources, but not a bunch of anything. Yeah, this one's just solid. I think this one would be A tier. And then our last A card, Secular Bulwark. Yeah, I probably got that totally wrong. 2 gold, 1 Atlantium, unflood, 1 flooded tile. In my mind, that is better than a Mystic Barrier, but it's in the same region and it's theoretically more expensive, even though essentially the hardest resource to get is crystal, next is gold, next is adamantium, atlantium. Pretty much the same thing though. So we'll put that one in B as well. Okay, so now we have made it to our B cards. So the Mystic Siphon, this one costs 2 crystals and 1 gold, gain 2 mystic energy. So essentially it doesn't give you any immediate reward, my understanding. Instead, in the future, you can send someone to these spots to gain 2 mystic energy. So I believe you can also go to the middle. Anyone can go to the middle of the board to get 1 mystic energy. So this is just a straight upgrade on this. And there's 2 spots here, or in a 5-player game, there'd be 3 spots here. So this one's not too expensive, and it's... I don't find that to be the best thing in the world. I think we're just going to put that one in B tier for now. Might have to scooch these over. Next, we have Astral Watchtower. This one's more expensive. Move this Atlantean to any wild peninsula action space, even one already occupied. So that's really good. That's very good. It's expensive to get, but essentially when you resolve it, you get to go to somewhere that would have been risky to go early, theoretically, or somewhere that you need in order to accomplish something else. Because it's more expensive, I think we're going to put it in B. We'll see if we end up moving it later. Ephanus Port. Ephanus Port? I don't know. Discard 2 cards off the top of the library to take 1 ore or 3 crystal for 1 gold or 4 for 1. Nice. Okay. So essentially you're reducing the library to give you resources. Ooh, I don't like that though. I think the library is something that you'll normally go throughout the course of the game anyways, and the library cards are very, very good. So I would say that that is a bad card. But it's not insanely expensive. If it's insanely expensive and it is a bad ability, that would be F. But this one's not insanely expensive. Recollection Engine. Randomly draw 2 library cards from the discard pile. Keep 1 and put the other on the bottom of the deck. So this one does literally the opposite of this. I think that this one is very good. I would say this one's A. And then last of these, we have the Matter Converter. This one's a little bit more expensive. Exchange 1 of your resources for any other resource. That is crazy, because I think you can even trade... yeah, you could trade ore, you could trade Mystic Energy for a crystal. There's so many things that just make this really, really good. It's more expensive. I think we'll put this in A for now as well. Maybe we'll reorganize these at the end once we have all the information out here. So next we have the C cards. So this one costs 5 resources. Prediction module. Remove 1 special or 2 basic fortunes from the game. Reshuffle the deck. That's very interesting. I played this game a lot, but I don't remember this one coming up a lot. Man, it's expensive though. I think that the ability is actually solid though. I think we'll put that in B. And then Numinous Beacon. This one costs 4. Next round, gain 2 volunteers. So essentially you'd be using 1 action this round to give you 2 extra actions next round. I think this one is very good. This one is very good. Yeah. Part of me thinks it should maybe be higher than A. We'll readjust later if needed. Amplification Harbor. This one costs 4, discard 1 resource, then any player takes 2 of that resource from the supply. That's interesting. And I guess any player could be you as well, but you can't go from ore to crystal. It would have to be crystal to 2 crystal. This one I think could be solid. It's not super expensive, and I think because of that, it'll go in B. Okay. Loyalty Apparatus. Recruit 1 of your Atlantean from the supply. Or Atlanteans from the supply. Yeah, this one is solid, except the problem is it will probably have taken you a while to get up to this, and then to invest in late game stuff, and stuff, or to invest in early game stuff so late in the game feels bad. There's certain people that could use this super, super well. I think one of the leaders can go to components that haven't been built yet. And if that's the case, this card becomes S tier. But I think, man, I'm struggling. It's literally just how quickly you prioritize this. But let's just say that you're going to prioritize this, because that is solid. That's A tier. Entropy Drive. So this one, you roll a die, and then you collect something. So at worst, you're always going to get some value out of this, although it's a little uncertain what the value will be. But man, I've thought this is really good, but I'm actually not sure that this is so good. The first one is just bad. The second one is a net equal. The third one isn't great, and then the other 3 are good. But I don't really think you want to commit people to a 50-50 chance of, well, in this game sometimes you have to. But I think this one's actually going to go in C, which I find interesting, because I would have said that one was better before making this list. Okay, we've made it to the F, or the D cards. So, Soul Terraformer. Okay, this one costs 5. Permanently remove 1 of these followers from play, then unflood a flooded tile. So essentially, these ones work a little bit differently. These each can have 1 person in them, and then each of the characters get to do it once. This one requires 2 to be committed here in order to use the action. I do not love that. I think that is a very bad effect. I think that's a very bad effect. Essence Multiplier. This one costs 5. Next round, distribute 4 volunteers among the counselors. So this is essentially a better version of... where was it? This one, the Numinous Beacon, because they can go wherever you want. Yeah, I think this one is going to be our first S tier card. That's just very, very solid. Spirit Seal. This one is very expensive. You can see it costs 6. Cancel a misfortune. If it is a special misfortune, return these 2 followers to the supply, which is horrible. I think, as I've said before, your goal is to win the game, not lose it. This one's so expensive to do something that's very bad. So, I just don't think it's worth it. Contingency Field. This one is also very expensive, but the resources aren't super valuable. Place 1 Mystic Barrier and gain 1 Mystic Energy. It's just not the move, though. It's just not the move. This one's going to be F. And Gemini Compactor. This one is also very expensive. Select any island tile. Up to 3 Atlanteans on that tile may take their action twice this round. Now that one actually has a lot of potential value. I think we're going to put this one all the way in A tier. So that is all the components. Let's see if there's any that should be higher than they are. Honestly, no. I think this is pretty accurate. You could argue that some of these are better in certain cases and some of them are worse in certain cases. I tend to be a long-term player, so these ones that recruit for you every single time, I think those are very, very helpful. But there's certain times that they just won't be. So that is our tier list. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace and prosperity.